Welcome back to Raw Sports Talk. I'm Chris, your favorite stat reader, and we have the T-Wolves hosting the Sixers, and the T-Wolves are 12-point home favorites. The over-under is at 221.5. The Sixers are plus 470 on the money line, and the T-Wolves are minus 650. Now, these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to tip-off tomorrow. The Sixers are 10-18 on the road this year. The T-Wolves are 16-14 at home. They have not played each other yet this season. Not that it really makes much of a difference because there was much higher hopes for the Sixers than what they've gotten this season. Embiid's got something wrong with his knee again, and Paul George is... I want to use Chris Griffin taking a time to... He's taking a sabbatical to focus on his pottery. He's getting his mind right, is what he says on his podcast. And, if you're getting paid $50-60 million a year and then you have a podcast... How is the podcast more important? I don't know. Coming from someone who does this and doesn't nearly make as much money. It's supposed to be Doughton, Grimes, Obrey, George, and Yabusele, and both Obrey and George are listed as questionable. And then DiVincenzo, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, and Reed. Randall's listed as questionable. Now, the NBA's teams have 30 minutes before the game tips off to decide... to announce their lineups. So my suggestion, especially when it's starting to boil down to these games that don't mean much, or the teams that have a shitload of injuries, just wait until the game starts and bet in-game. A lot of times you're going to get more advantageous lines. Anyway, head-to-head, the Sixers are 7-3 against the T-Wolves in their last 10. The home team's on a 2-game winning streak. The road team is 6-4. The favorites won and covered the last two. The favorite is 6-3-1 against the spread. The favorite is 7-3 on the money line. The over/under is 5-5, and the over/under at 221.5 is also 5-5. The Sixers are 1-9 in their last 10, 2-8 against the spread. The over/under is 5-5. 252, 215, 245, 221. 32-point loss to the Bulls, didn't cover. 5-point loss to the Knicks, they did. 7-point win over the Warriors, which kind of surprised me. They covered. And then a 17-point loss to the Blazers. They didn't cover. For the T-Wolves, 2-2 in their last 4, 4-6 in their last 10, 5-5 against the spread. The over/under is 5-5, 259, 213, 233, 214. 3-point win over the Thunder, covered the last 4 games that they played. They were on the road. 9-point loss to the Lakers, and then a 1-point loss to the Jazz. Did not cover either of those games, and then they beat the Suns by 18 points. Now, like I said, this NBA season is just pretty much unpredictable. There's only a handful of things that you can probably really count on now, is that the Hornets, the Wizards, and the Jazz are all going to be actively losing and trying to lose, because those are the 1, 2, 3 as far as the ping pong balls are concerned. And I think that's the best odds at 14%. So those are going to be the games where you're going to want to try to get the lines early to bet against them. In this game, I am going to take the T-Wolves on the money line. I do think that 12 points is a lot, because even though the Sixers are losing, some of these games are close. I mean, the Blazers beat them by 17. So let's just take the T-Wolves laying the points and go under. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.